Hey guys, it's Jenna again. Because of course, once again, who else would it be? But whatevs. So I'm going to be talking about a movie today. Figured I'll, give you guys a little something to, maybe talk about or check out for the first time. So the other night, Tuesday night, I popped in the movie Cloverfield, which I actually picked up from work for like $4. And I've always wanted to see 10 Cloverfield Lane, but I was like, I kind of put it off because I wasn't sure how much of a sequel it was to Cloverfield. Um, which I'll talk about 10 Cloverfield Lane in a different video, but let's concentrate on this guy. So, this one was released back in 2008, and I'll be honest, like when it first came out, first saw like the previews and stuff, the trailers for it, really wasn't, thinking much of seeing it or whatever. Kind of one of those movies that I was like, oh, maybe if I get like in a horror pack or something, I wouldn't mind. I would check it out, but never really considered checking it out until 10 Cloverfield Lane came out. And once again, like I said, I saw it for like $4 at work, and I was like, you know what? Why not? Why not? Um, and I have to say, I was kind of surprised. I actually liked this movie. I enjoyed it. Um, because I say surprisingly I liked it because I really wasn't expecting to like it. I really wasn't gonna expect much from it. And I really, honestly, there wasn't really much to take from it, but very enjoyable to me. I know a lot of people don't like Cloverfield just because I feel like a pretty common dislike about it is the shaky camera and everything, which I get. Like some movies use kind of like the same technique, and some of the movies it doesn't work for me. Like I get the same way where I'm like I can't watch it because it's too jittery. But I liked it. I liked that the camera was kind of shaky like that because for me, I felt like it worked because I felt like I was kind of like there with the characters. I was like, oh, like, oh no, we gotta go this way, or oh, gotta go that way. So I liked it. I liked that aspect of it. I like that shaky Blair Witch type of shaky camera angles and stuff. And really kind of seeing it through the point of view of the camera itself and like almost as if you're the one who's holding the camera. I like that. I like that. Um, I still like it even though, some of those things I kind of saw coming. Still, it didn't ruin it for me or anything. It didn't ruin, just having a pretty good sense of what was coming next. It still kind of worked for me. I still liked it. And I'm not really going to complain about it. Like for instance, like when, like the military, the police or whatever are telling everyone, hey, go to the bridge, cross the bridge to like Brooklyn or wherever they were trying to go. I was like, even for me, I was like, no, that is the worst idea. Do not go. No, don't go on the bridge. Worst idea. But it was still like, oh, because like they're walking to the bridge, which I like that it kind of, I don't want to say drawn out, but it took a few minutes. It wasn't like, boom, they're walking to the bridge, and then boom, they're on the bridge, and then boom, the monster comes. It was kind of like, taking its time a little bit, but not overly taking its time. And then like when you're with all these people on the bridge and they're walking, trying to get across, and you're just like, I was literally sitting there like, I'm waiting for him, like, okay, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, like, when is it coming? It's coming. And then it finally, the monster finally came and like everyone starts running and everything. Like that, oh, like I was getting into that moment. Like I said, even though I knew that, that was that was gonna be coming, the whole monster was gonna be coming and like cutting up the bridge and stuff. Like I was still like, oh, and just like I don't know. I feel like some of the characters, like, even though you might not have liked all of them, I still feel kind of like you cared just enough for these characters to see if they could, like, get back to the one girl and, like, save her and everything and see if they can save themselves, which unfortunately they didn't. Sorry for the spoiler. Which I kind of figured no one was going to be surviving. This was going to be one of those, like, survivorless, movies, which I like that once in a while, where, like, no one survives, because I've seen a lot of horror movies where, sometimes where it's, like, the reverse, where it's, like, too many people survive. This one, though, unfortunately, no one survives, so kind of expect that, though. Although one little thing that I feel so bad for saying this, because I kind of cracked up at this part, was when they got to the girl's apartment, the one that they went back for to try and rescue. She called the one dude that she was, like, had, like, a fling with or whatever. And she's like, oh, I can't move. So they, race back to, try and get this girl, try and save her, see if she's still alive. And, like, she's impaled literally on, like, a stick or something, or, like, something where she was literally impaled, like, through her chest, like, so they have to, like, get her off this thing, like, so the guy puts down the camera, and you kind of just see her feet, her legs, someone else's, like, I think knees, who was, like, kneeling on the floor trying to get her off, and, like, I just felt like that scene, I felt like I was watching one of those, like, cheesy B horror movies, because it was so, like, she was like, and they kind of flip her off, almost like you would expect, like I said, in, like, a B horror movie. That's kind of, like, the one little, like, thing where I was like, dude, did you have to, like, I know they're trying to, like, get her off this stick and everything, but it was just, I was like, that one little moment, I was like, I feel like they could have maybe, like, not done it so cheesy, but whatever. That's me. I'm not gonna let that, like, ruin the movie for me. And I don't know, this movie, like I said, this movie I enjoyed. Like, there's certain things that I really liked, like the camera angles and stuff. And I don't know, I felt like, I almost felt like this was a very, like, Americanized, like, Godzilla, almost. Like, I know it's not Godzilla at all. I know we've had, like, our Americanized Godzilla movie, like, way back in the day, like, God, I think I was in, like, junior high when that came out, like, Godzilla 2000 or something, which was a piece of shit. But anyway, I digress. But I'm saying, like, it's almost like, hey, let's have, like, a big, huge space monster alien thing that no one knows about, and it's gonna, like, go around and destroy everything, and instead of, like, kind of, like, having an outside view, you're right there in, like, this terror and destruction, in this, all this chaos and everything, which I liked, Like I said, it's, I didn't have high expectations for this movie, but I was pretty well, pleased with this movie. I enjoyed it. I would say, like, rewatchability for this movie for me would probably be, I would say maybe like 8 out of 10 rewatchability for me. Like, I would definitely pop this guy back in. I like it. And I feel like there's probably quite a few things that I missed the first go round, because, like, there's just always so much going on in this movie. So I feel like, yeah, I would definitely rewatch it, at least to kind of see what else I'd missed. So yeah, with that being said, I definitely say that this is a movie, you kind of have to watch at least twice, because I feel like you would miss a lot the first time, because, like I said, there's so much going on. But yeah, that's my little take on Cloverfield. Like I said, very, very, I shouldn't say very impressed, but my expectations were very low, and I was very kind of, like, surprised. That's what I want to say, is I was surprised by this, because like I said, I didn't have, really any expectations for this. So, but yeah, definitely, I would say at least check it out. It's a decent one if you can kind of get past the shaky camera angle of it. Pretty decent. So check it out. But until then, you guys, I think the next video I'm definitely going to be talking about 10 Cloverfield Lane. I may be doing that today, I'm not sure, but I promise next video is going to be talking about 10 Cloverfield Lane. So until then, you guys stay creepy and classy as always.